So things didn't end up going the Suns' way their first Summer League game. Taco Fall and Marjon Beauchamp just ended up being a little too much to handle. But there was definitely a couple of bright spots. This has been one of the more fun Summer League teams that we've covered in the last 3 years. There's a few players on the team that we're really excited to see, namely Trey Jemison, Jordan Goodwin, and of course, Toumani Camara, who, if I dare say so myself, balled out. Sundo, what are your initial thoughts after his first performance?
I mean, Toumani Camara, man, he looked like he was ready, man. He looked like an adult out there. And what I mean by that is he looked comfortable. The moment didn't look too big for him. He looked fine. He didn't take a bad shot. He didn't really make a bad basketball play. If he had to finish in traffic, he finished with the right hand. He made the right move. He made the right turnaround. He made the right pass. He just looked fundamentally sound and ready to play ball. And that's exactly what we need for this team. Coming from a rookie, he's 22, 23 years old. He's got the solid body for it. He's got the right frame for it. We just need to know if his mind was there, and we need to know if the skill was there. And it looks like he's got it all for this team. He's going to fit in well. I don't see him playing, 20 plus minutes, but I do see him playing, 10 to 12 minutes off the bench and giving us good production. So it was all good from him, in my opinion.
I feel like I got to give him an A to an A plus on his first performance.
Yeah, that's a good grade.
I was so happy to see him play like this because I knew he was capable of it. You just never know in the Summer League.
Just a little nervous, right? Like when you see somebody get picked at 52 who has been praised, right? And we went over it in our video, and you went over everything about how he was praised and how he played, and you were just kind of nervous, like, oh, hopefully we don't jinx this, right? Hopefully it's not jinxed, and he proved us right, man.
The moment was definitely not too big for him, and that's important because if the Summer League is too big for you, oh, buddy, you're going to have issues when you get into the real NBA. The Suns have gotten so many new players that have upgraded the depth. It's been getting to the point where I was worried that maybe Toumani wouldn't play this year because he's not going to be able to. But after this first game and hearing what Frank Vogel had to say about him, specifically, I heard him say Toumani can carry the load in a lot of different ways as a role player. I think he's going to play this season, and I think he's ready. That poster that he got on Marjon Beauchamp was the icing on the cake for me. But before that, you could just tell this dude is an NBA player. My comp for him right now is a better rebounding version of TJ Warren, a young TJ Warren. Great touch around the rim, knows what to do with the ball. The picture is becoming very clear to me about how this guy plays. He is a role player that can maximize his role. He's not going to take bad shots, like you said. He's going to pass the ball to the open guy. He's not going to dribble too much because he can't right now, honestly. And he knows his limitations. He's going to be in the right spot at the right time. We've got 3 superstars that could be on the court with him potentially. They're going to be given so much attention from the defense. His backdoor cutting and posterization ability is just going to be a hand in glove fit.
Well, you know what they say. They say first impressions are everything, and he made one hell of a first impression during this Summer League game. As you mentioned, just was not in any bad spot. He did not make any bad play, in my opinion. There was not a point where I said, hey, that looked bad. You know what I mean? We didn't laugh. There were other players that we talked about, Trey Jemison, for example. We did mock him for looking a lot like, Bismack Biyombo a little bit. That one play where he did that spin against Taco and just threw up that random hook shot off the backboard that happened to go in. We laughed about that, right? But we didn't have any of those moments with Toumani Camara. So, yeah, man, first impression was great. And I feel like James Jones and Frank Vogel and Matt Ishbia knocked this one out of the park. Toumani Camara, he went 8 of 13 with 20 points, had 8 rebounds, no assists. So solid outing, especially for a Summer League game when you're only going to play 30, 31 minutes max in your position. So he was solid.
20 points and 8 rebounds. Sounds wonderful, especially for your first time playing NBA competition.
What did you think about my guy, Trey Jemison, Gabe?
I don't think that you were overselling him at all. I can really see him taking over that role that Bismack had. If you need an emergency center with the ones we've got, considering we might get Bol, and you've got DeAndre Ayton, obviously, and Drew Eubanks, I would love to have 2 things. Jemison to push Ayton in practice, because he's a young, big, strong man who's physical. I think that would be good for him in practice. And if he needs to go in there, I think he can do what Bismack does, maybe better.
I think so too. I think I would like to see him on this team, either with a two-way, to get him some development time, or just get him that last role where he just comes off the bench. He doesn't have to play that much. Like you said, just as if you need a big to go in there and anchor, get rebounds, do dirty work, that's your guy. Him and Drew Eubanks, I think, will be perfect for that role. And I think he has unlocked potential. He has great potential if he can learn to put up some jumpers. Once he gets that down, I think he'll be fine. As you saw, he can put the ball on the floor. That's something that Bismack Biyombo couldn't do. He had sneaky dribbling skills for a big man. So I think and I hope he makes his team, and we get him to develop, because I just see it. I just see it in him. So
what kind of role do you see Toumani playing this season?
I see him off the bench. I see him playing maybe 10, 12 minutes a game until he, proves that he can be trusted with more. That's the beginning, of course. So first game of the season, he'll probably get 10, 12 minutes. He will probably be in that KD lineup. If you know what I'm talking about, the lineup where KD's handling the ball and you got Booker and Beal sitting and KD's doing the main ball handling, and you're going to have Yuta in one corner, Toumani in the other corner. You're going to have a center to do the dirty work, and you're going to have another, point guard with him, just in case you need somebody else to handle the ball. But KD's going to be running the show, going to dribble. He's going to find Toumani or Yuta in the corner. Bang, bang. That's the role I see him in.
I hope you're right. That would be great. I'm fearful that he's going to get stuck on the bench behind all the depth that we have now. And that's a good problem to have.
Great problem to have.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. How did you guys feel about Toumani's first performance? 20 points, 8 rebounds. See you guys Monday for the next live stream. Sundo's got a music video coming out on Tuesday. Make sure you check that out on Studio Nintendo on YouTube. We'll put a link in the description. See you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out.
Peace.